Hello out there, I hope everyone is keeping safe. Today we're diving deep into a very important topic for trained healthcare professionals, particularly international medical graduates and foreign medical graduates. Whether you're just starting off with the process of ECFMG or you're about to end, knowing the ins and outs of the ECFMG certification process is really important and critical, and so we'll be diving deep into that. Before I proceed, please hit subscribe and you would get a very important message at the end of this video which will change your life and change your entering into medical school and getting to residency forever. So you want to stick right to the end. But before that, please hit like and subscribe. The purpose of the ECFMG certification is to evaluate and assess that foreign medical graduates meet the criteria for practicing and working in the USA. It is a requirement from the ACGME accredited residency or fellowship program and for step 3 of the USMLE. Medical licensing authorities in the US require ECFMG certification for obtaining an unrestricted medical license. Processes of applying for ECFMG will be outlined below. As you can see, number 1 is checking your medical school eligibility. You must have graduated from a medical school that is listed in the World Directory of Medical Schools and has an ECFMG sponsor note. This is really important. Remember, in 2024, the resolution changes as we've seen. You can start by searching your school on the WODAM, which is the World Directory for Medical Schools website, and check if your school is eligible. I look at this other video where I did show you how to check on that. And the next thing you have to do will be apply for ECFMG certification. You need to submit an online application through the ECFMG website and pay a one-time and non-refundable fee of $145. And you also need to provide copies of your medical diploma, your medical certificate, transcript, which will be verified by the ECFMG certification with medical schools. So sometimes if your medical school is pretty slow in responding to emails that are sent from medical school, then you have a problem. You might just want to reach out to them and say, hey, there's this from the ECFMG, please check it out. And this step can take several weeks or several months, just depending on the response of your medical school. But before we even go there, we have to know that an IMG or a foreign medical graduate is someone who received medical education out of the United States of America. So even if you're an American citizen, it doesn't guarantee that you just get into the system. So citizenship doesn't give you the right to become an IMG or just to get into medical school. So it depends on your school, where you obtain your medical education. That's what really matters here. And so the requirements for certification will then be medical school must meet ECFMG requirement criteria and be in the World Directory for Medical Schools. The application for ECFMG, as I've said earlier, and that's by filling form 186, and examination requirements including passing step 1 and step 2, which we will see just in a bit. If you did your medical school in Canada, then you're not considered as an IMG, so you're still within the system and you don't necessarily have to go through all the different processes that people who got their certifications outside of Canada and the US are going through. So the next thing you need to do, you need to pass in a step 1 and a step 2 USMLE, so United States Medical Licensing exams. You need to register for these exams through your ECFMG certification website and pay the fees for these different examinations. And the fees of this examination are $965 as of 2024 for the step 1 and $1,040 for step 2 clinical knowledge CK. You also need to select a testing region and a 3-month eligibility period for the exams. So you need to make sure you choose the center once you go on this website and you select the center and the region where you want to sit for the exams with a 3-month window eligibility period. And you can take these exams at any prometric center in your region. You need to pass both exams within a 7-year period to be eligible for the ECFMG certification. So it doesn't suffice. There's several people who register for the exams, but then they don't go take the exams, and years come and go by. So you need to take it within 7 years of your ECFMG eligibility period. So to go back a little bit, once you deposit your documents through the website, ECFMG has to go back and verify and really make sure that you graduated out of a medical school. So after you have passed the step 1 and the step 2, there's other things that you need to actually show. So you need to meet the clinical and communication skills requirement. This is really important. And these are requirements that assess your ability to perform clinical tasks and communicate effectively with patients and colleagues. You can meet these requirements by applying applying to one of the ECFMG pathways. I've left the links in the description so you can check it out. And these pathways are alternative options for international medical graduates. You also need to pay a pathway fees of about $900 and demonstrate your English language proficiency by taking the occupational English test called the OET, which costs about $587. You need to complete the pathways and pass the OET medicine by February 15, 2024 to be eligible for the 2024 match. These are people who have already gone through the step 1 and the step 2 and they passed and are looking for alternative pathways. And now applying for residency programs. Once you have completed all the requirements for ECFMG certification, you can apply for residency program in the US through the electronic residency application service, ERAS. You need to create an ERAS account, upload your documents, select your program, and pay the application fee, which varies depending on the number of programs you're applying for. You also need to register for the National Residency Matching Program called the NRMP, which is a system that matches applicants and programs based on their preferences, the choices that you make, where you want to go to. You need to pay a registration fee of $85 and rank your programs by deadline. And the National Residency Matching Program will announce the result of the match sometimes around the month of March in 2024. So I hope that this was helpful and informative for you. Remember that this process is a significant milestone in the pathway of an IMG who's looking to practice medicine in the United States. Stay focused, stay determined. It might be a little bit long, it might be complex, it might be cumbersome, but do not get discouraged. Don't hesitate to reach out to us if you have any questions regarding the process and any resource or material that you need in order to have this fabulous goal of yours accomplished. So, in summary, ECFMG certification is an essential step for international medical graduates. You are considered as an IMG if you receive your basic medical degree out of the United States and Canada. US citizens who are graduates from foreign medical schools are also considered as international medical graduate or foreign medical graduates. Non-US citizens who graduated from US or Canadian medical schools are not considered IMGs. Requirements for ECFMG certification in a nutshell would be: confirm that your medical school is listed in the World Directory for Medical Schools, and effective from July 1, 2025, the Committee on Accreditation of Canadian Medical Schools, CACMS, will be a sole accrediting body for Canadian medical schools. Fill out a certification of identification form called Form 186, which must be notarized as well. The next step will be obtaining ECFMG certification. Begin the process as soon as possible because you don't want to waste lots of time, and make sure you check to meet the eligibility requirements and be thorough with documentation and follow instructions carefully. So take your time, stay organized, and the best of luck for you. All right, thank you, bye-bye. Please don't forget, as you leave, to hit likes and subscribe. Bye-bye.